All right, we are here once again with the women's ice hockey captains. Dinosaur on the far side is Bridgette Prentiss. On the near side is Delaney Guimont. In the middle, without a costume, is Jess Strack. She's looking very comfortable there between the two dinosaurs. We're going to try to talk hockey, even though they're dinosaurs instead of hockey players, but we'll get through it. Big series against Saint Anselm this weekend. We'll start with you, Delaney. Just what's the mood on the team in practice this week, and what are we looking for heading into the weekend?
The mood at practice is pretty high-paced. We're all very excited. I know that us seniors and all the returners have yet to beat Saint Anselm's, and it's always been our goal, and we're really excited to make it happen this weekend. And with the new freshmen, I believe that we're all clicking much more every week at practice, and our goal is just that much closer.
All right. On the other side, Bridget, to build on that, any specific, team goals going into the week? Anything that's been a focus in practice this week?
I think just working as a unit instead of individuals, using each other. Passing was a big thing in practice this week, making more crisp pass and getting pucks in nets, rebounds, finishing, the typical hockey things. Win a game.
Jess, non-hockey question for you. How are you feeling right now in between two kind of somewhat deflating dinosaurs?
Bridget's head kind of keeps deflating on top of me, and it's really warm in between them and kind of hard to hear because there's two fans going. But other than that, it's absolutely phenomenal.
You should feel the air in here.
It's quite breezy.
If we had a third costume, I would be wearing it right now too, but we only have two of these.
And you neglected to bring a Halloween costume of your own, clearly.
Sorry.
She's not in spirit.
I know, I'm slacking. I'm holding a pumpkin.
She is holding
though.
the pumpkin, though.
It's not my pumpkin.
Delaney, for you, with Bridget, we've talked a lot about the power play over the course of the year so far. Let's turn attention to the penalty kill. You're certainly on the penalty kill unit, plenty when you're not in the penalty box yourself. So how are things different from a normal defensive shift when you get out there on the penalty kill?
The penalty kill, we train all of the defensemen to know how to do it. So one thing that's different is depending on who is in the box, it's usually two different defensemen who usually go out. So like if this weekend I'm out with Bridget, the penalty kill coach could call like Bridget and Beans to go out. It doesn't necessarily have to be the pairs. So that's one thing that's definitely different is you have to know how to work with each other. And then another thing is you're always so fluent with the forwards as well. If you get caught going up high or if you have to go back to the net to cover for someone, you kind of have to know how to play every single position. So that's just like a little bit of a way that penalty kill is different. But we practice it every Wednesday, and I think that makes everyone pretty confident, and it gives us a lot of reps to know how to do it in games.
On the flip side of that, as somebody who has her share of penalties in her career, what's the feeling when you're the one in the box?
It's very sad and lonely, and I feel bad.
All right then. No follow-up to that. And I forgot what I was going to ask, but Bridget, for you, again, just going into this weekend, as we continue to focus on special teams here, against a team like Saint Anselm that's traditionally at the top of the conference, traditionally somebody you're competing with to be at the top of the conference, how important are special teams in a game like that?
I think they're very important. I mean, to kill a penalty against a team like that only gives your team, it hypes up your team when you're going out in the next shift. And for power play, I think being crisp with your passes and making smart decisions and being smart with the puck, scoring a goal would be the ultimate goal, but I think special teams are important.
All right, and lastly for you, Jess, Plymouth State on Tuesday, right after this huge series against Saint Anselm. Obviously, you can't look ahead to Plymouth State just yet, but after you get through those Saint Anselm games, what do you do to focus on trying not to let down against the team right after you play your biggest rival?
I think it comes down to a lot of recovery. We'll have the Sunday after off, so everyone has to recover in between the two St. A's games and then afterwards, because otherwise you'll be feeling it on Tuesday. And then we only have one practice before we play Plymouth, so it's also really showing up to practice ready to just change your mentality into going to another game and ready to roll, because we don't have time to kind of ease back into it and have a normal week of practice. We only have one day.
All right, and to wrap things up here, we'll keep it in the spirit of Halloween. What was everybody's, whether you did it to yourself or whether your parents did it to you, what was your most embarrassing Halloween costume growing up?
Well, I wish I could say that my parents forced me to dress up as these things, but I was a pretty weird kid, and in middle school one year, I really wanted to use a briefcase, so I was Bill Clinton, and then the next year, I really wanted to wear a bald cap and dye my hair and wear a wig, so I was Donald Trump.
That's a tough
I
act to
don't
follow.
have anything to follow up with as much. I honestly don't remember a lot of my costumes. I don't know why. But I remember one time I borrowed my sibling's suit and fedora, and I tucked my hair up into it, and I went out as a man, and I kind of looked like an Undertaker or something.
Mine was nothing like this one, but I thought it'd be a good idea to be a Christmas present. So I Christmas wrapped a box and walked around with the box over my back. No bow in the hair or anything, just the box.
The dinosaurs, less embarrassing than all those. The dinosaurs are pretty awesome. That's Bridgette Prentiss, Jess Strack, and Delaney Guimont. They're the women's hockey captains. They're also dinosaurs. We'll talk to them again next week.
Woo! Oh!